Hi, everybody. Joe Faherty here with OTG Consulting, and I am here this week with Kevin Reuter. He is the manager of Venezias Pizzeria. It's one of my favorite pizza places that I go to and have been going there almost probably since like the first week that you guys opened. So wanted to welcome Kevin. Thanks for joining me.
Of course. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
So I guess the first thing that everybody wants to know is, how are things going for you as a business?
Well, they're a little bit slower, but they're still going. We're down probably about 15% from the beginning of it.
Okay.
Obviously, the dining room closing has an effect on every restaurant that has a dining room. So that's
Sure.
obviously was probably about 30% of our business, and that went away. And delivery and pickup have picked up to make up for part of that difference, not all of it, but
Yeah.
large part of our business was slice specials, which people are still doing, but because people aren't working, they're not going to lunch, and that's where we're taking that's what we're missing the most.
So you guys are on Tatum and Greenway on the northwest corner, and one of the things that I noticed right away is you have signs up all around your building ever since the COVID-19 thing came out and the order to kind of shelter in place. Actually, it was before the shelter in place. It was when the first closing down of restaurants. You guys put all over your windows, stay in your car. We'll come to you. When I call in, it was all about taking the payment over the phone, kind of being very specific and intentional with interaction. Kind of talk a little bit about, honestly, I went to a bunch of different restaurants early on. You were the only one that I saw, and I immediately gained so much more trust from me just because I saw that you were doing it the right way.
Right.
So kind of talk to me about where that came from.
Well, we're obviously trying to protect ourselves because obviously it's only going to take one of us, and then we're probably all going to be quarantined, and it'll be game over for us as well. So we have a lot of personal reason to take care of ourselves, but we also want to take care of our customers. It's just a safety thing. It's much easier to go ahead and spend the time, like you said, on the phone, where you're being specific with the customer. You're letting them know how the process works. You're letting them know why I need the credit card information for a pickup now, as opposed to when they pull up, because they can't come in and run the card. And once you explain that to them, they're very understanding and they're actually appreciative because we're trying to them too.
Yeah.
And basically it was all driven by, we all got together and tried to figure out a process that we knew would work for our customers. Obviously in the initial stages it was a little bit more difficult, but right now I think we have it pretty well dialed in. It's just obviously the part about it is it's more labor intensive. So it my labor percentage to be a little bit higher. With business being down a little bit, it's a little bit more of a hit, but it's all worth it because obviously, we're still working.
Right.
Profit down some, but they're not down as much as if we're not working, obviously.
Totally. And that's one of the other things that I noticed too is every time that I've been there, there's fully staffed. I mean, you would think that you are just like any other day.
Oh yeah, we're going to take care of the customers, because if we don't do that right, it doesn't matter. If we're not going to take care of the customers, we never have and we never will. Customers are always first, and their experience is the priority. So even though we do it to everybody and it kind of stinks, it is what it is, and we're trying to make the best of it. And for the most part, customers are very appreciative.
Yeah, for sure. So what are some of the key messages that you are conveying to your customers right now?
Well, it's not just customers, it's customers and staff. It's basically, this is a temporary thing. We're all going to get through this. It's not going to be great for a little while, but all things considered, there are way worse things that can happen. So you just have to, be careful, take care of yourself, take care of your staff, take care of your customers, and do the best you can. And just, it's a daily thing. You just push through it every day. It's not going to get better before it gets worse. We all know that.
Right.
Be safe, do the right things, wash your hands all the time. Don't touch your face, sanitize frequently. All that message that we give to our staff, but also keep it in perspective. Don't be afraid to get out of bed in the morning. Do the
Right.
best you can, normal things, you know?
Yeah. No, I totally agree. It's that fine line too. And I think there was a period of time where everybody was, trying to figure out how do we navigate this? Do we get up out of, do we leave the house? What do we need to do? It felt like the world was collapsing all around us, but in reality, it wasn't. We're just in a new era. So, couple more things. What are you guys doing from a marketing perspective to keep people and customers eating your awesome food?
Well, first things we're doing is we're obviously letting them know that we're open for business. We've also limited our hours. Instead of being open on 10 on weeknights and 11 on weekends, we're open until 9 o'clock every day.
Okay.
Which is that's just something we're doing just because obviously we're trying to stay open during the busy times because it's a little slower and labor's a little higher. We're trying to cut off those ends where you're slower.
Right.
And so just work up until you're kind of busy and then you're done.
Right.
But overall, like we're still doing all of our online marketing things. I know Dom has cut back a little bit on the mailers just for the time being, just because he knows people aren't coming out of the house as much.
Right.
But all the stuff we're doing online, we're still doing. Obviously, letting people know we're doing our slice specials all the time. He just recently added the instructions for pickup onto our online site, so people, when they place an order over our website, they can see what kind of the instruction is, because those were the people that we were kind of missing.
So wait, you can place an order online with you guys? I had no idea.
Oh,
I've been calling in for 6 years.
Yeah. Oh, Venezias.com. Plus, we have an app that's a really good app that you should download.
Sweet. I definitely will. Yeah. I definitely will.
Those are relatively new things. And like I said, we're putting notes on there to inform customers of the process, both for delivery and pickup, just during this time.
Yeah. Okay. And just so I want to make sure I point this out too. Your restaurant isn't the only one. It's not the only Venezias in the Valley. There's 4 others, right?
Correct. There's 5 total. I'm the only one that's in North Phoenix. Everything else is in Tempe, Mesa, North Mesa, and Gilbert.
Got it.
Yeah, there's 5 total, all owned by the same guy. We all do things the same way. Quality is the most important thing.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you straight up, it is, this. I mean, like I said, I've been coming in there for years. And
yes.
the reason why I wanted to do this is because you guys truly have been a part of my life for the last 6 years. And,
right.
The thought of when I first went through this whole process, I was thinking to myself, like, my God, like what's going to happen if I'm not going and getting stuff to eat from Venezias and everybody else isn't getting that? You guys are going to close, and I don't want that to happen. So
right.
we're
near closing, I promise.
Yeah, no, I love that. For me, it was, how do I make sure that I can give back to you guys? Because you guys have been real good to me and my sons, my family. One other question for you. How is your team kind of managing social media and do you have any specials this month? Anything in particular that?
So it's $1 off the slice specials. There's a couple others
that
I didn't get a chance to read, but if you go to Venezias.com or download the app, I go to specials. They're all there.
Awesome. Well, again, I want to thank you. One of the things that I also noticed about you guys is everybody's wearing gloves all the time. You can't go into the restaurant. You're 6 feet out. You have to stay in your car. We're all still lazy Americans, right? So there's a lot of people on Friday nights that want to go and just order a pizza. So, my suggestion, and I'm sure yours as well, is order out, grab a pizza from Venezias and have a nice, relaxing, normal night in.
Right. And the last thing we want to do is stress out a customer about their health. So yeah, I mean, it's as safe as environment as we could possibly think of. We want to take care of the customers, and yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Just, we're all praying that this will end sooner rather than later, but in the meantime, we're all going to be okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, great. Again, Venezias Pizzeria, they're on Tatum and Greenway up here in North Phoenix. There's 4 other locations in Tempe, Gilbert, East Mesa, and Northeast Mesa. And I'm gonna let you go, but it was great talking to you. And
very much, man. I appreciate you too, both as a customer and as a person. So thank you.
Likewise. All right, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, take care.
All right, bye-bye.